Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to have you here today because I will dive into a topic that's made a huge difference in my life: how I dramatically improved my listening skills. Whether learning a new language or preparing for exams, you are in the right place. I've crafted a comprehensive step by step action plan that's scientifically backed and practically tested. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear and actionable roadmap to enhance your listening skills. So let's get started. We'll start with foundational techniques and progressively move to more advanced methods. Each step builds on the previous one, so make sure to stick around for the entire video to get the most out of these strategies. Step 1: Practice listening while reading. First, let's explore practicing listening while reading. This technique is incredibly effective, and a wealth of research supports it. But why does this method work so well, and how can you incorporate it into your routine? Let's break it down. The science behind listening while reading. Integrating reading and listening isn't just a convenient method, it's a scientifically validated approach to language learning. Cunningworth says combining these two skills significantly enhances comprehension. Here's why. When you read and listen, you activate multiple pathways in your brain. This dual engagement helps in reinforce learning by connecting the written form of words with their pronunciation and contextual usage. It's like giving your brain double the information to work with, accelerating the learning process. How to implement listening while reading. Use tools like Speechify and WhisperSync. Speechify and WhisperSync are fantastic tools for this method. Speechify reads text aloud while you follow along with the written words, helping you understand pronunciation and rhythm. WhisperSync, available through Kindle and Audible, allows you to seamlessly switch between reading and listening to the same book. This synchronization reinforces your comprehension and makes the learning process more enjoyable. Watch YouTube and Netflix with subtitles. Subtitles can be incredibly helpful. Vandegrift and Go found that using subtitles aids in building a stronger connection between spoken and written language. Watching YouTube videos or Netflix shows with subtitles allows you to see the text while you listen, helping you grasp pronunciation and usage in context. You can also export YouTube subtitles using the Chrome extension Language Reactor. You'll recognize pronunciation patterns and language usage more effectively by engaging your eyes and ears. This method is beneficial for learners at all levels. For instance, if you're reading a novel while listening to its audiobook, you'll understand how different characters' voices and emotions are conveyed through tone and pace. This can enhance your ability to interpret and use language in various contexts. Practical tips for effective practice. Choose material you enjoy. Pick books, videos, or podcasts that capture your interest. Engaging content keeps you motivated and makes the learning process enjoyable. Whether it's a gripping novel, a fascinating documentary, or an entertaining podcast, when you are interested in what you are learning, you are more likely to stay focused and retain information. Adjust the speed. Start with content at a slower pace if needed and gradually increase the speed as you become more comfortable. Many tools and platforms allow you to adjust playback speed. This gradual increase helps you build confidence and improve your comprehension without feeling overwhelmed. Step 2: Extensive listening. Next up is extensive listening. This method focuses on quantity and consistency, and it's backed by substantial research. Let's explore why this approach is so practical and how to incorporate it into your daily routine. The science behind extensive listening. Extensive listening is grounded in Crossan's input hypothesis. According to this theory, language acquisition is most effective when learners are exposed to large amounts of comprehensible input. Essentially, the more you hear, the better you become at understanding the language. Carson's research suggests that extensive listening helps you become familiar with the natural flow of the language, different accents, and various vocabulary. It's a method that immerses you in the language without overwhelming you with overly complex material. How to implement extensive listening? Diversify your audio sources. Listen to various audio materials such as TED Talks, podcasts, audiobooks, and radio shows. This diversity helps you get accustomed to different accents, speaking speeds, and topics. By exposing yourself to a broad range of language use, you become more adaptable and improve your overall listening skills. Create a listening routine. Dedicate specific times each day to listening practice. For example, you might listen to a podcast while commuting or an audiobook during your workout. Goal suggests that regular exposure to spoken language helps develop better comprehension and fluency. Establishing a routine makes listening practice a natural part of your day. Integrating extensive listening into your daily life allows you to immerse yourself in the language without feeling like a chore. For example, listening to tech podcasts can be educational and enjoyable if you are passionate about technology. This approach helps you stay engaged and motivated while improving your listening skills. Tips for maximizing extensive listening: follow your interests. Select audio content that aligns with your interests. Whether it's sports, science, or literature, choosing topics you're passionate about keeps you engaged and makes the learning process more enjoyable. Gradually increase difficulty. Start with easier content and gradually move to more challenging material. This progression helps build your confidence and prevents you from feeling overwhelmed. For example, you might begin with simple podcasts and progress to more complex TED Talks or audiobooks. Step 3: Intensive listening. Let's dive into intensive listening, a challenging and advantageous method. This approach is about pinpointing the specific parts of speech or audio you struggle with and working diligently until you can understand them. Here's why this method is so effective and how you can make it a powerful part of your listening practice. The science behind intensive listening. Intensive listening goes beyond surface level understanding. It's about delving into the minutiae of spoken language to improve comprehension. According to Field, this method significantly boosts language processing abilities. By encouraging detailed analysis of audio material, this technique is particularly beneficial because it targets areas where comprehension falters. By focusing on specific sounds, words, or phrases you find challenging, you train your ear to recognize and understand these problematic elements. Research shows this focused practice helps master complex language structures and improve comprehension. How to practice intensive listening. Identify and focus on challenging parts. Start by identifying parts of an audio clip you struggle to understand. This could be due to complex sounds, fast speech, or unfamiliar phrases. Use tools like Anki to create flashcards for these problematic areas and practice them regularly. For instance, if you have trouble with a particular pronunciation or phrase you can't quite catch, isolate it and practice until you can hear and understand it clearly. Analyze sentence level variations. Take note of how pronunciation and intonation change within sentences. Research by Snedeker and Trustwell emphasizes that understanding these variations is crucial for grasping the rhythm and flow of spoken language. Pay attention to how stress, pitch, and phrasing affect the meaning of sentences. For example, listen to how different intonation patterns can alter the perceived emotion or intent behind the sentence. By concentrating on these challenging parts, you'll enhance your ability to understand complex language features and improve your overall listening skills For example, if you practice a specific intonation pattern that was previously confusing, you'll start to recognize and interpret similar patterns more easily in future conversations. Tips for effective intensive listening. Choose rich and varied audio material. Opt for audio content that provides a range of language nuances and complexities. Academic lectures, detailed interviews, and complex dialogues are excellent choices. This type of material helps you encounter and practice various language features and speaking styles. Of course, you can use the same materials you use for extensive listening and reading. That will be efficient. It is also easier to keep track of the content you have become able to listen to. Engaging active listening. While practicing intensive listening, make sure to engage with the material actively. Take notes on the parts you find difficult and revisit them frequently. Active listening improves your ability to understand specific challenges and helps reinforce your overall comprehension. For example, if you notice that you consistently miss certain sounds or phrases, note them and focus on them during your practice sessions. Use repetition and variation. Repetition is key to intensive listening. Regularly practice the challenging segments until they become more apparent. Additionally, expose yourself to variations of the same material. Different speakers, accents, or contexts can help reinforce your understanding and make you more adaptable to different listening situations. Intensive listening allows you to zero in on and overcome specific listening challenges, leading to a more refined and nuanced understanding of the language. By persistently practicing and analyzing complex parts, you'll gradually improve your knowledge of complex spoken language and gain confidence in your listening skills. Optional step: upgraded extensive listening. Once you've mastered these techniques, consider trying upgraded extensive listening. This advanced method involves applying your improved listening skills in real life interactions. Let's explore why this is valuable and how you can integrate it into your practice. The science behind real life interaction. Research by Long demonstrates that real-life interaction helps learners apply their listening skills in practical contexts. Engaging in conversations with native speakers or tutors allows you to practice listening and speaking in real time, reinforcing your learning and building confidence. Real-life interactions provide immediate feedback and help you adapt to different speaking styles, accents, and contexts. This practical experience is crucial for applying your listening skills effectively in everyday situations. How to implement upgraded extensive listening. Engaging in conversations with native speakers or tutors. Seek out opportunities to converse with native speakers or language tutors. This real time practice helps you apply what you've learned and improves your ability to understand and respond to different speaking styles. Join language exchange programs or conversation groups. Participate in language exchange programs or conversation groups to practice your listening and speaking skills in a social setting. These interactions provide valuable opportunities for real time feedback and help you improve your conversational skills by applying your listening abilities in real world scenarios. Engaging in conversations with native speakers or joining language exchange programs reinforces your listening skills, boosts your confidence in using the language. For instance, participating in a language exchange with a native speaker can expose you to different accents and colloquial expressions, enriching your understanding and adaptability. Tips for effective real life interaction. Be open to feedback. Embrace constructive feedback from your conversation partners. Feedback helps you identify areas for improvement and refine your listening skills. Don't be afraid to ask for clarification if you don't understand something. This shows your willingness to learn and improves your comprehension. Practice regularly. Consistency is key in real life interactions. Try to engage in conversations or language exchange sessions regularly to keep your skills sharp and continue developing your listening abilities. Explore different contexts. Expose yourself to a variety of conversational contexts. Engage in casual conversations, professional discussions, and academic talks to become proficient in understanding different types of spoken language. Key takeaways. To summarize, here are the key takeaways from today's video. Build familiarity with the sounds of English in a less burdensome way. Methods like listening while reading and extensive listening help you become familiar with English sounds and language patterns without feeling overwhelmed. Research supports that these techniques effectively improve comprehension and language skills, reduce the number of parts that cannot be heard. Intensive listening helps you focus on challenging sounds, phrases, and nuances, reducing gaps in your listening skills. Regular practice in these areas enhances your ability to understand complex language structures and improves overall comprehension. Apply improved listening skills in real life situations. Upgraded extensive listening through real life interactions and conversations allows you to apply and reinforce your listening skills in practical contexts. Engaging with native speakers and joining conversation groups helps build confidence and adaptability. By incorporating these techniques into your language learning routine, you can progress significantly in your listening skills and gain greater confidence in your ability to understand spoken language. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found these tips and techniques helpful improving your listening skills. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments which listening techniques you're excited to try, or if you have any other tips for enhancing listening skills. Stay tuned for more tips on language learning. And as always, happy listening.